In motorsports, like in NASCAR, wherever you have a bunch of cars racing around a track, they quite often have a special car called the pace car. The pace car comes out at the beginning of the race, and it also comes out for special cautions, but the whole idea of the pace car is to simply do what it's called. It sets a pace for all the other cars in the race. It sets a pace that slows them down and keeps them all together, and it gives this momentary pause to all the action. It almost brings a sense of peace to that race. More on that idea in just a second. Today we're starting a new Grace Talk series all about patience. And what is patience? Simply put, patience is the ability to slow yourself down to live at the pace of somebody else. Today, as we get into this discussion, I want to share with you why patience is such an important thing to have and why it's something that God wants you to have. This is a spiritual matter that God is very interested in, because when it comes to the way you love and serve the people around you, patience is something that is required to do that. First of all, let's acknowledge that patience is not easy in today's world. There are so many things that compete for your time and your attention, and it can be real easy to go through life with impatience following you all the way around. But patience is something God wants for you, because where there is patience, there is peace. It reminds me of this passage from Colossians chapter 3, where it says, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body, you were called to peace." Peace is something that God wants for you. He wants that for you so much that he actually had patience for you. He slowed his pace. God himself became a human being and lived on this world. He slowed his pace to live in our world with us. And he even slowed his pace all the way to death, where he entered into death for you and for me to defeat its power over us. God wants you to live at peace. And now, as you get to enjoy the peace that God brought for you through Jesus, he invites you to follow Jesus. As you follow him in your life, it's kind of like you're following a pace car, someone who will always remind you of the pace that is required to love the people around you. As you love and serve the people around you, Jesus is the one that we follow.
Did you enjoy this video? If so, we would love to share even more Jesus with you, even if you have a busy, on-the-go kind of life. Just click here and you can find the audio version for this podcast, along with all the other podcasts that Time of Grace offers.